right. Thank you for having me, Dubai. I will start with first introducing myself. My name is Alistair Overeem. I'm a former professional fighter. Very long career. I've been training for 30 years, fighting active career for 25 years. Very long. Usually fighters have a career span of 5 to 8 years. So mine has been triple. Many times to Japan, over 11 years, more than 70 times to Japan. For the last 10 years I've been living in the States, been fighting in the UFC. And yeah, it's been actually looking back, one big, gigantic adventure. And I would like to talk about phone addiction today. And in specific, how I stopped my phone addiction. I'm gonna hold my phone, by the way, because I'm not a natural speaker. That's next, let's go. How stopping my mobile phone addiction led to my enlightenment. So, I stopped my phone addiction back in 2021. For years, I've seen the problems of mobile phone addiction around me, family, friends, training partners, in an increasingly worrying form. And I started to become more and more aware of this. However, it was only when I saw a video of my eldest daughter, Storm, she's 16, that I became more aware of this. However, the video of my daughter, Storm, which was recorded by her mother, made me very deeply touched. I saw my daughter sitting in this position and just incapable of action, just sitting there. And I rewatched the video over and over and over again to find clues, to figure out what's happening. My daughter's a very happy girl, she's artistic, there's no fret. Her mother's happily married, she has 2 brothers on that side. On my side, there's 2 sisters. And there was no reason for my lovely daughter to sit like this. So, deeply touched looking at my daughter, I started doing research. And luckily, fortunate enough, that you have YouTube, you can find very rapidly, if you're searching in the right direction, what is happening. So what I found was that, let's have a look if we have my other son, here she is. What is happening there? Dopamine, which your phone is transmitting, makes you addicted. Let's have a look. She literally could not get herself dressed. Her behavior was so different from normal behavior, as I would call it on average in a healthy situation. This led to a conflict, a struggle, which started 10 minutes, went to 30 minutes, went to an hour, ultimately went to 3 hours before she couldn't even get dressed to go to school. And as a father, it devastated me, to be honest. And I literally, as a fighter, I don't know if it's my instinct, but I treated it as my daughter's under attack and I just dove in the matter. And I made a startling discovery. The dopamine system, we're going to get to that in a second, but I kind of was sitting in the car, had a tear over my eye, because I also realized half the world these days is addicted. But fortunate, smartphone addiction negatively affects. Fortunate, with my sporting background and the methods of programming myself, the practice of programming myself, I was able to create a schedule to get myself off my phone addiction. Now, let's read a little bit more. Forgive me guys, I'm not a natural speaker. So my daughter's Storm inability was caused by a structural overload of the happiness fabric, dopamine. Dopamine, better known as a happiness hormone, is a message in the brain that allows nerve cells to communicate with each other. It is important for specific functions in the nervous system, such as movement, pleasure, attention, happiness, and motivation, to want or to desire some things, to do something, that dopamine is running and running correctly. Now, when you're on your phone a lot and you're getting these dopamine shots all the time, what actually happened with my daughter is that her dopamine receptor structure got overcommit. And when this happens, sitting there, unable to go to school. Now, I've done research, there's more children suffering from this. And what happens is that, where's that button? There it is. Become in the freeze. And more children are suffering from this. So what I've done is I've programmed myself. I made a little schedule. I'm used to these things. How am I going to get rid of this problem, right? I took it as a fight. I downloaded an app from my phone, put it on my iPad. 1 app a day. Started with this stupid video game I played. The second one was Instagram, which is also a big headache. The third one was Twitter. Big headache as well, because we cannot solve the world's problems, so why would I even read it? And after like 7-8 days, all the problematic apps were off my phone. On my iPad, I limited the use of my iPad to 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes at dinner time. And the first week was tough. The first week was severe withdrawal symptoms. It just felt like an itch. Second week was slightly better. I still felt uncomfortable, but slightly better. Then the third week, I still feel like a little, something was, but I'm stubborn person. I'm just gonna keep at it. We need to beat this phone addiction. I treated it like a fight. I've done 94 professional fights. This was then my 95th, I guess. And day 21, something happened. Boom, I felt great. Everything I ate, an apple, was like the best apple ever. My energy went through the roof, 2,000% energy. I hardly even needed sleep. I was sleeping 4 hours a night. I woke up at 4 a.m. I'm just awake, I'm writing, I'm reading, I'm energetic. And the day 21 I could link, because of course I've been fighting forever. And when you take supplementation, some supplements, they kick in after 3 weeks. So I knew, hey, that's that receptor. Right? Sometimes you stop a supplement and then it kind of stops working after 3 weeks. Well, what's happening over here? Assistant, somebody. Assistant? Okay, I'll just keep talking. So, with my daughter, she's still addicted to her phone. I'm off my phone. I'm living the best life ever. Energy is still high. Also, just the little things make me happy again. This is a feeling that was gone. And I think this mobile phone thing is a big problem. In the meantime, I've helped over 100 people to get rid of their phones. I made a lot of notes. I became kind of like a phone addict expert. And I believe that collectively we need to address this, because there's more kids and also adults. As we can see how the phone affects you, the screen directly lowers your consciousness. The dopamine hits make you feel empty inside, but when you do something, you feel good again. And if your dopamine requirements is high, that means you're going to be doing a lot of things all the time, which if you're a healthy person, that's okay. But when you're less conscious, it could easily go into drugs or fast food or other not so healthy practices. So, I have this program. I actually noticed how it made me just more stupid, simply. And consecutively with this, I created 35 more steps. So it's actually became a consciousness program. And That's what I'm here to not present you because it's not finished yet. I'm currently on my own program, step 32. But I am here to discuss the mobile phone dangers, and especially for the kids. So with that being said, I would like to take your questions, and that's it.